If you wanted to learn how to heal the broken, wandering through Spokane streets, you could go to the hospital district, or you could slip across the tracks into a forgotten corner of town where there's always a fighting chance.
Boxing gyms lift people up and they keep them there.
And owner Rick Welliver
Yeah.
always gets straight to the punch.
1, 2.
Off the charts. The guy's the best.
1, 2.
Best thing that's walked into my gym
1, 2.
since I opened in this space.
2.
That title is proudly retained
Flip in there. 1, 2.
by Steve Einhaus.
1, 2.
Is it a 3-minute round right now?
I try. I try, man. It's not easy.
Steve joined the gym on a rare burst of confidence.
That previously I didn't have. I wanted a change in my life, and Spokane Boxing has given me that change. And then all hell broke loose.
One day, Steve dropped by and he said, "I quit." He couldn't train anymore because he's on some new medication. He has to protect his head.
Right now, my diagnosis is schizoaffective unipolar type.
The fight of Steve's life is against himself.
Double 1.
Into a pair of mental breakdowns,
One.
he's undefeated.
Yeah, they were scary. And some bad things happened. I ended up in bad places, but ultimately it worked out.
If you're struggling with that, this is a great place to be.
Here, everyone's welcome. Everyone.
People that are in need, people that are on the bottom side of advantage.
Even people
1, 2, 1.
that have no money.
1, 1, 2.
Granted, they can afford the copay.
Sobriety chips.
You stay clean, you train free.
Rick's the man. Like he's the real deal.
2.
The kind of guy who knows who he
1, 2.
wants
Ooh,
in his corner.
feeling that.
We're just a better gym when Steve's in it. There was no way we were going to lose him.
1, 2.
And they didn't.
Rick.
Because that's now
Some people, huh?
Coach Steve.
Yeah.
Steve's a great communicator. Everybody loves him. I want him around more. I'm selfish that way.
If students come to this gym to better their life outside the ring,
I work out at the hospital as once a patient.
then Steve's overqualified.
Thank you. I share my story with the patients out there. In mental illness, hope is the key thing.
For years, Steve was prepared to fight a long life battle with himself, alone. That is, until he got a taste of the right medicine.
Hope walks through that door every moment.
The best fighter in the gym,
1, 1, 2.
and he won't even throw a single punch. Andrew Baertlein,
Humbling. Very humbling.
Nonstop Local.
I get more out of this gym than Rick could ever know.
Wind rushing over Spokane's arena doesn't even compare to the chaos inside. It's been said, beginnings hide themselves in ends. And one of the hottest high school hoops tickets in town had to start somewhere with someone.
It's mayhem. It's mayhem.
Rewind to Scott Harmon's
A lot of people have
senior year.
jokingly said to me, like, you founded Groovy Shoes.
But he's quick to say he didn't, at least not alone.
Really good close friend of mine, his name was Brad Moeller, the ASB president of North Central, who helped co-found the idea behind this.
It was 1990, and the pair wanted to bolster up the NC Shadle Park rivalry after seeing what a Southern Spokane bout had to offer.
We were able to be lucky enough to be chosen to judge the rubber chicken, and so we thought, that's a pretty good idea. We went back to our schools, and we simply just shared the idea, and then it went from there.
All the way to here. A full-blown spirit competition with a basketball problem.
Seeing what's happening in the crowd that's the game.
The second oldest of its kind.
Truly unique to our side of the state.
And now that we know the beginning,
If I can get both student section attention,
you must know there's an end too.
I recognize the key person who helped start this contest.
It's like that.
That's Jenny, Brad's wife.
Sorry.
No, Jen, we're sorry. We have to use this part.
Brad passed away in early October after a tough battle with an aggressive form of cancer.
Yeah.
Jenny and Brad were givers. So tonight, in honor of Brad Moeller,
That was so special. Brad would have been so honored.
Thousands of people fighting over a pair of shoes was just part of his local footprint.
He was a larger-than-life figure.
But his legacy still has more steps
But
to take.
We have a new grandbaby, so that's awesome.
Charlie J. Moeller.
My daughter was born 27 days after my dad passed, and nobody was quite as excited as he was.
If you can believe it, just yesterday I went into the garage and found a huge box of all this baby items that he had ordered.
Brad's dream to be a grandfather was taken away by time. The most selfish act of his life was leaving behind 2 shoes too big to fill.
He was a great influencer. He was just so positive.
Andrew Baertlein.
In our hearts forever.
Nonstop Local. If you believe love is found where you least expect it, then take the Riverview Retirement Community Workshop
I want something.
at heart.
How about this thing?
Here, no scraps go to waste,
This is a piece of plywood that I glued together.
long as Laney Burrell's ticker's still ticking. He bandsaws, belt sands, and wheel buffs
Makes it feel really smooth.
at least 6 hours a day
That's all that one needs.
just to make these
I have done 4,000 this year.
little wooden hearts.
Ain't no point in being unhappy.
It all started 25 years ago.
Trim off of a coffee table that I was rebuilding for my wife. I made a heart out of it. She just loved it.
So he never stopped making them
Most people know the Crazy Heart Man.
and never stopped giving them away to complete strangers.
I get more hugs and more smiles and than you can believe.
In the shop, they call him a celebrity.
We always tease him about that.
Across Riverview's campus, he holds on to the reputation.
That's Lanny. He's dedicated.
Danny Monahan's the CEO.
Lanny is quite literally the heartbeat of why we do what we do.
And a friend.
And I said, "You made a heart out of plywood?" And he said, "Yeah, because you hold it all together."
Now people across the country are on a wait list for Laney's hearts because each has a special meaning, and you don't need safety goggles to see why.
I have a hole in my heart because I lost someone.
It was his wife, Molly. She had a form of dementia.
You know, they call it the long goodbye. He loved her with all of his heart.
Heartbreaks followed him since and followed him here.
You know, I'll look at something and it clicks. I remember Molly.
He's retired Air Force, but still clocks in a full day's work, like there's something he's trying to fix.
Every time I'm here, Lanny's always here, so.
From the moment you first meet, Lanny will slip one of these in your palm on the handshake. That's how I got mine. So you might say that he's God-given hearts away down to a science. But he can't transplant one.
No. I've got 4 sons, and one of them has congestive heart failure.
Laney adopted him as a baby while stationed in Thailand. His son's now 52 years old and waiting nearly a decade for doctors to give him answers.
And they don't know.
He's been caught in a cycle of love, death, and grief. But the wooden hearts are within his grasp.
They start to look pretty.
With memories of his wife and prayers for his son. At least this is a wait list he can control.
Bring to the sander here.
No wonder you won't find him anywhere else.
Spread a little love.
Andrew Baertlein.
I get paid a lot for giving away hearts.
Nonstop Local.
It's not money.